Good morning, and welcome to the Motivational Devotional, where motivation and spirituality are merged for a daily dose of confident positivity and grounded spirituality. Let me share a few things with you that I hope will help you take on your day. A few years ago, I helped someone remove a dead 9-foot-tall evergreen tree. It was beyond any possibility of resurrection, and the branches and needles were all brown and brittle. Some people may have been tempted to cut it off at the soil and plant another one right next to it, but that tree would have died because its roots would not have had room to grow and spread. Before a new, thriving tree could be planted in its place, the dead one had to be removed. We spent a few hours digging around the roots of the tree to create a wide hole, cutting dozens of roots, then digging, then cutting, then digging. It was tedious. We dug a knee-deep trench around it that allowed us to wrap a chain around the 3-foot-wide root ball and connected it to a trailer hitch. The amazing thing was that even with more than half the root ball exposed, my little Toyota RAV4 couldn't pull it out, and so we dug and snipped more. Once all the roots had been cut and the root ball was about 80% exposed, the tree finally let go of its grip on the soil. That tree was entirely dead, brown, brittle, lifeless, but its roots ran deep and held it in place. It was not a simple matter of pulling it out. It took a lot of time and a lot of labor to create room for new growth. When some part of our lives or workplace is dead or no longer working, and we want something new to take root, the first effort in a lot of businesses or organizations is to just stick something new in its place, but keep that old dead evergreen in mind as we talk about this. If you have an employee that is not a good fit and is not working out, you don't hire a new one and put them in place with the other one still in that job. I hate the idea of firing people, but maybe they just need a different role, or maybe they do need to go, but regardless, you create a place for the new employee to be able to grow in their role. Nobody would disagree with that, but we do the opposite with procedures or practices or programs. If we want to make fundamental changes when we are not bearing fruit, what is old and outmoded has to be removed by the roots. This involves habits, thought processes, ways of interacting. We call that culture. The same is true in our personal endeavors, goals, homes, families. If your air conditioning and heating system is broken, you don't replace the vent covers and then talk about how pretty it is now, right? If your family feels broken, you don't just go on a vacation and pretend everything is all better now. If you wake up every day dreading the day because you've gravitated into a routine that feels dead and lifeless, you don't just buy some new clothes and pretend everything is energizing. Using the old phrase, you have to dig down and literally find the root of the problem. Dig it out. Create space for planting something new. We can't make superficial adjustments to things in our lives without removing the old roots and expect to see the results we want. If your routine feels stagnant and lifeless, dig down and find where the roots of your soul draw nourishment from the divine, from the wellspring of the universe. If your family feels broken, dig down to find the root of the issue, not a person to blame, but the process that isn't working, and you should probably see a family counselor with all members of your family to figure out where the dead root is. In your workplace, change the culture to create a fertile place to plant your new project. Dig down deep. Make a hole for the new thing you want to grow in your life, and the entire universe will conspire to fill it with new growth because all of creation is conspiring in your favor. Trust that the universe always has your back and your backfill. Stephen Covey wrote in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, if you want small changes in your life, work on your attitude. But if you want big and primary changes, work on your paradigm. Thank you for taking the time to listen today. Please help keep this podcast going by following the Motivational Devotional Facebook page. following at Threefold Way Radio on Twitter, and sharing the written format of today's message from motivational-devotional.com on your social media. I am deeply grateful for your support, and thank you for letting Motivational Devotional be part of your journey. Peace out. See you tomorrow. Motivational Devotional is a production of Threefold Way Radio, LLC.